been doing it every month, and she keeps telling me no. But then look at the crowd she draws. So I'll stop talking. I'm just going to hand it over to her. You all came to hear her talk. So are you ready, Jess?
Yes, I'm ready.
You're ready.
I am ready. So if you just look up here, I'm going to give you guys a quick presentation on the New Year Detox, and then ask me questions if you want. It was actually a pretty interesting thing. Courtney wanted me to do this talk a while ago, and I had to come up with a topic, and she gave me January, and all I could think of was detoxing, because that's what everybody's into these days. So you probably came thinking that I would give you a nice 7-day plan to cleanse your body. I'm going to show you how you do it daily. And I'm going to go through everything because it's a debated topic. I'm the first one. I always start my talks out. I'm not a nutritionist. I study nutrition and I know a lot about it, but I would go to a doctor before I started a full, like a paid detox where it's 7 days and so on. So let me go through it though, because not everybody knows everything about a detox. And so I'm going to use this. Okay, so what is it? Pretty much it's a process that you eliminate a lot of the bad substances in your body. So it's detoxification. They cleanse and purify by removing wastes and eliminating toxins. And this is where they get you. What are the toxins? Does anybody ever define exactly what toxins are good and bad based on that detox? And you'll find most of the time they don't. Detox generally means flushing you out so that there's nothing left inside. And the problem is that there's no proof that a detox diet does flush the system or that we actually need it. And again, what are all these toxins? So, it's really interesting because part of a detox is fasting. And if you look at cultures that fast, they're fasting for a reason, but not to lose weight, which we are doing when we detox. So the problem with these things is that when I'm going to go into a little bit more too, when we fast, we feel like we're doing something good. And it's a lot religion-based, kind of spiritually based thinking, that when we do these things, our bodies are supposed to feel better. Sorry, I didn't turn my mic on. Okay, so more detox options. These are the modern detox options. These are what you guys are going to be given. Juicing. So you juice, whether through a Vitamix, which is my favorite way, not the juicing in taking out all the fiber, because why go through all that? Just drink it. It's not going to do anything. And then eating really minimalist greens. So you'll have like a salad with a squeeze of lemon juice. You eat that there's detoxes from 7 days all the way to 21 days. And so that's all you eat, juice and salads. You'll add supplements into that to cleanse your body too. So you'll add more fiber. You'll add things to help your gut like probiotics. This is a detox kit. It's $86 and it replenishes everything. It says that it does. And they all contain this substance, this clay, and that's to absorb the heavy metals, because part of a detox is supposed to remove the heavy metals that are in your system, and again, debated. Spas and salons, I don't know if you guys have seen these before, but they're ionic foot baths. You put them in, so that's a process. As it waits 30 minutes, your water turns that color. So what ends up happening when we do that is you're thinking, it's doing something. I'm detoxing because something's coming out. Not necessarily. When we wash our bodies, our skin falls off and that causes a certain color. There's certain things that just eliminate on their own. And so it's just kind of a thing that they can sell you. Body wraps, colonics, which are still huge, and healthy, light, and conscious eating is what I believe in the most for a modern detox. So why are they so popular? Again, they're a short amount of time. 7 days, I can lose sometimes 5 to 10 pounds because you're starving yourself. And then simple items, proportioned for you. Oh, it's simple because there's portions pre-portioned for you. They market them as not just weight loss. They help you with your eyes. They help you get shinier hair, better skin, and all of those things. And it focuses us to eliminate all the bad food from our diet, like processed foods, alcohol, meat, caffeine, and sugar. And it makes us, again, feel virtuous, because it's, again, related to that whole idea of fasting is giving something up and then purifying the body then. And so those are all things. And so who do you think uses detoxes the most? Mostly women. I'd say about 75% of detoxes are used by women. And it's sold through the weight loss effect. So the side effects of detoxing: skin breakouts, bloating, headaches, food cravings, trouble sleeping, nightmares, diarrhea, fatigue, congestion, bad breath, and coated tongue. The thing is, though, the reason why they say when you do a detox these things happen is because those are the toxins coming out of your body. So if you get a breakout, like you get pimples and everything, it's because you're getting the detox, you're detoxing your body. So no matter what type of detox you're on, even the one I'm going to give you, you'll get symptoms like these, because you're eliminating things that your body usually has. For example, processed sugar. It's something that your body craves, and it'll react differently as long as you eliminate it out. It's not just because you're on a detox. It's just eliminating things will cause certain things to happen. So for example, I put the picture of the fatigue and the headache and everything. Caffeine. Caffeine withdrawal is excruciating for people who rely on it, especially women. It's crazy. So whenever you do stuff like this, like eliminating caffeine, wean yourself off of caffeine. And the best way to explain weaning your off caffeine is try decaf coffee. I know it's processed, but decaf coffee always still has a trace of caffeine. The largest trace of caffeine in decaf coffee is found at Starbucks. So start with the Starbucks decaf and slowly work your way down, and you'll be okay. All right, so a real New Year detox. A truly healthy detox is about getting physically and emotionally, getting emotional vitality. Not losing pounds, achieving unrealistic state of hygienic purity, or finding an instant miracle cure for a chronic condition, because that's not what it's going to do. It's developing a healthy mindset. That's really all you really need to do for the New Year detox. And this is what I'm going to tell you to eliminate. So all of this will be online. Bleached and refined flours. So that means everything out there, unless you look on the back and it says 100% whole wheat flour. So you have to take all of that out unless you can find it that way. Refined sugars. That means you can still have sugar, just not in refined form. So if you like agave, use agave. If you like honey, use honey. Just not a processed sugar. The reason is because those are at its purest form, and so they're healthier for you. But beware. Both honey and agave are significantly sweeter than regular sugar is. Table salt, eliminate, because it's got the iodine in it. So go for something like sea salt. Trans fat, we all know that. Meats treated with hormones or antibiotics. There are many detoxes where meat is not even involved. If you are going to eat meat, maybe eat it 2 to 3 days of the week as opposed to all 5 days. And when you do, it has to be the grass-fed organic beef or organic chicken. And it makes a difference. I know I say this all the time, but you can taste chicken when you buy organic chicken, especially air chilled. It just tastes different. Food sprayed with pesticides and herbicides, so anything organic wouldn't be. Genetically modified foods and oils, which we in this country can't tell, but if you know, try not to buy them. Dairy products, additives, fast food, fried food, sodas, tap water because of all the minerals that are in there, and then coffee, cigarettes, and alcohol. So these, and caffeine was in there.
Why coffee is a toxin?
It's a stimulant. So they see it as, so what you're trying to do to your body is get it as close to neutral as possible. So you don't want anything stimulating you. So if you do like a timed detox, like a 30-day detox, you can start adding caffeine back after that detox, and then maybe be normal for 6 months, and then do another detox for that month. So you can do it that way too. You can spread it out. But that's the reason why. So these are daily things that you can do. Meditation and breathing deeply really helps. John talks about it all the time. A lot of people are like, I don't have time for that. There's exercises now that you can do in 25 minutes, and people don't even have 25 minutes. I'm asking for 8 minutes of your time. So if you're steeping a cup of decaf tea, let's say chamomile, takes about 8 minutes. Heat up the water, just sit there and just think to yourself. That's it. Just breathe deeply and relax. There's times in your day when you're not doing anything. I'll be honest, maybe it's while you're on the toilet. But it's just a time when you can just eliminate everything from the world and just think. She likes it. No. Like, yeah. So those are some things that you can do. Another thing that you can do definitely is drink more water. Drinking more water, obviously our kidneys need it and everything, but what I find interesting about drinking water is in the summer you tend to drink more just because you're sweating and things like that. If you have a hard time drinking water, just throw in a tea bag or a squeeze of lemon juice and you'll be good. Eat your organic vegetables, and skin brushing and saunas. They help you because it kind of, you're exfoliating, therefore you're eliminating the skin that's on there that might be so-called toxic. And then saunas too, because you're sweating it. So it's coming out of your body. So if you can't get a sauna, I mean, even if you sit in a hot bath, it'll help you. Probiotics, debatable, but I find that there's still studies about probiotics, whether or not they're beneficial, but it's going more towards being good. Garlic and cilantro. Garlic and cilantro are two ingredients that are just incredibly healthy through studies and everything, and what I should have added on there too was our good old turmeric. So turmeric is another one. Garlic, you need to be careful because some people can't handle it, their stomachs, and so you just want to be careful with how much you have, but it keeps your system, garlic is supposed to keep your system clear of heavy metals too. So it has that ability. And move, just move around. Don't stand still, move around and do things and you'll feel better. So I'm going to talk to you about the three recipes and the three things. I'm going to give you a little information about each one because there's some pretty cool stuff in there. If you just bear with me, if anybody wants to come up and get seconds, I have time for you guys to come up and get seconds if anybody wants. So come on up. Eason? If anybody wants, while I get these cameras ready. Oh, yeah, let me grab a pair of tongs.
Amazing.
Oh, good. I'll show you. Oh, no, go. Yeah, please. Just let it slip down. Oh, well. Eason, come here. Eason can help me serve. Do you want him to serve this?
Yeah, sure. Just, you can have it.
对，你就放在碗里面 Yeah.
放这个碗。
对 Yeah. You want more chili?
Yeah, you can just put it in here. Is that yours? That's fine.
No,
Oh, thank you. So good.
啊，
我来帮你吗？我来帮。
好。No chili? All right. 没有他要。
Just spicy.
Just spicy, spicy. All right, camera one.
Everything smells so good.
Oh, good. I had the twins. She comes every 3 months now. All right. Oh, good, good. I'll show you right now how to make it. Yep. All right, so while you guys are coming up, I'm going to show you how to make this detox salad. It's really good for your health in the sense that there's nothing but healthy and raw good ingredients in there. But what's the one ingredient that nobody, some of you might have seen it before, but a lot of you might not have, and it's this little guy. This is actually clean compared to what it usually comes in. Have you seen these before? This is turmeric. That's fresh turmeric. So it becomes this or this. So this is the difference. This is an can you see on the camera? Yeah, it's on that screen, right? Okay. This is the American brand. This is an Asian brand. This one, the Asian brand, has more of a curry flavor to it. It has more of that curry pungentness. This has no flavor. This is color. This is really, really color. So you just, if you want, play with them. They're all different. It's like cinnamon. When you buy cinnamon, some are stronger than others. It's just based on what it is that it's used for. And this is the fresh stuff. It's at a cheap supermarket, it's about $4.99 a pound. The problem with this is, though, before you go into a crazy turmeric, I'm going to add it in everything, and go talk to your doctor, because it is an anti-inflammatory. It's a painkiller. It has a long list of things that it does. And so if your body can't handle too much of it, you want to be careful. I obviously didn't give you that much. I use more powder than the fresh stuff. The fresh stuff is stronger. So to take care of it, it's like ginger. This is a huge piece of ginger, I know. But I'm going to show you how I made the salad dressing. A lot of you know that for ginger, you can just take a spoon. Because of all these different grooves, you can take a spoon and you can scrape. And that way you don't waste. You can go around it and scrape at it, and then you'll end up with a piece of ginger that's clean, but you're not wasting anything either. So when you get to the knobs, you can go around it. Say you bought a piece like this and you have absolutely no idea what to do with it, grate it all and freeze it. It freezes really well. It's the same as garlic. Garlic freezes pretty well too. It will have a little bit of extra liquid, so you won't be able to saute it, but you could make a salad dressing like we're gonna make. I know the recipe says powdered or ground, and that is the proportion for the dry stuff if you wanted to use dry. So the proportions that I put on there are for the dry, turmeric and ginger. So I just took a little piece of that. And then for the turmeric, you gotta be careful. You can use a peeler. I'm using a spoon just because I had it and it's small. Your hands will turn orange for a long time. Any container this goes in will turn orange. Those bowls, that bowl right there is going to stain yellow right now. It's not going to stay that color. And that's the property, the curcumin, yeah, that's right, that is healthy for you. It's the colored portion of this that you want. That's what they extract out. That's the healthy benefit of turmeric. Because this really doesn't taste like anything. To me, it's not that strong of a flavor. So what I did was I just took all of this, and this is the one time when I will say investing in a Vitamix is really nice. A lot of you know I had twin boys. I haven't bought them really any food. I cook most of the time for them, and the Vitamix, it can puree foods like no other foods, and so it's just great to have around if you can get your hands on one. If not, it's okay. This, if you can't get your hands on a Vitamix, you're not making enough salad dressing or anything, just take a grater or a microplane, either one, and grate. And then you can add this to tea. Like if you just add that to hot water, you can just drink some of that in the morning. It's just a good thing to have. But now, if I don't wash my hands, I'm gonna be orange for the rest of the day. So I'm gonna take that, a little bit of ginger, and for yours, like I did, I supplemented with a little bit of extra turmeric, just a little. And then tahini. Does everybody know what tahini is? Yeah. It's sesame. So they just took sesame and they grind with the little. Seeds all have oil in them. And if you do this, like say in this, it'll start making a sesame sauce kind of idea. So that goes in, and a whole bunch of lemon juice and water. Tahini, though, has a kind of bitter taste. But it is the best way for you to eat sesame. Sesame seeds, if you've ever noticed, are kind of hard on the outside. And so what ends up happening is you don't get the actual benefits from the sesame seeds because our mouth can't chew through that seed. This has already been done for you. So you're getting the benefits of the sesame, the product of the sesame, like the fiber and all of that, because it's been broken up for you already. So it's healthier to eat it that way in the sense that you'll get more nutrients because you're eating it more. All right, and then the lemon. If you want to, you usually would need a whole lemon for this, but if you want, roll your lemon around a little bit, and what you can do is you can just take, if you're only needing a little bit of lemon juice, I just make a little X at the top, and then I'll find the back of something, and then I can squeeze the juice out. But, sorry, I should have been doing it here. So I'm digging it out, but now I can take this whole thing, put it back in my refrigerator, and every time I need lemon juice now, I can just take something. Don't do it for more than 3 days. 3 days is about the limit, and you don't get the seeds too if you do it this way. So you can keep that right there. Yeah. Or if you want, for those who have these at home, I'm just gonna end the debate on how to use these because I used to work at Sur La Table, and I will show you how you're supposed to use these. So you take off one end, you take off the other end, you cut it in half, and there's the wider end and the slimmer one. The slimmer one goes on top. I know it seems like it should be going in this way. It's not. It's this way. And then you just squeeze. Meyer lemons are in season in California right now. There are a lot of people who have crazy Meyer lemon trees right now. So if you like them, go find your neighbor. My persimmons came in late this year too. All right. And then agave. Again, a lot stronger, so be careful, just a small squeeze. And good old ginger. I know you guys all know my trick, most of you, but I will show it again for those who don't. Take it, put it in the middle of a towel, and whack. Or I'll show you my new favorite thing. There's a hole in the towel. So it peels it for you and it breaks it apart. So I can just go in, there's one clove, goes in. There's another clove, go in. And so a lot of people question, what do I do with all that extra garlic? Freeze it. Or I do the thing where I puree it all and then I'll pack it in a little bit of oil for 3 days and I can keep going back and using it then. So I just store it in my refrigerator. And if there's certain ones that don't break, you can go back and do it again. If you have kids, they love doing this, but it's a lot easier. Or if you don't mind sticking your finger inside garlic presses, a garlic press is what I like to use too. Garlic presses are nice, and so just use that if you use a lot of garlic. The other thing about garlic that I've noticed recently is the stuff that you buy in these things are not very strong. If you buy organic garlic from the farmer's market, man, you only need that 1 to 2 cloves. If you're buying it like this, you need the whole head. So good produce versus bad produce, you can really tell a difference with something like that. The tahini gets really, as you start processing it, it goes kind of the backwards. So when you're processing sesame seeds, it starts getting smooth and it's nice. But with the addition of the lemon juice, it kind of, I don't want to say curdles it, but it makes it hard again. And it kind of refirms up. So you need to add water whenever you're using tahini because sometimes it's just too thick and it won't break down. So I'm going to add that in there. I got the agave in there, and that just all goes in and you just blend away. And I might get some back feed doing it this. Oh no, I didn't plug it in. That would help, wouldn't it? Yes, it would. And this dressing needs salt. So make sure you do add salt before you finish it. And if you do have a Vitamix, just be careful. Whenever you go high, you can end up boiling things if you leave it on there forever. And so then for the for the salad portion of it, we just use broccoli slaw, mixed greens. I know the recipe says red bell pepper, but these yellow ones were organic, so I bought the organic ones. Quick how do you chop? Avocado. Ooh, I try to find the better one to show you. There's the root. Take your blade and go around. My husband said, I know how to cut an avocado, I go to Subway. So if you go to Subway a lot, yes, you do know. And then you take your blade. When you hold your blade, or hold your knife, hold the blade. The handle is there to guide you to the blade. So go up to the blade, put your thumb and finger on the blade and hold it first. And then grab your fingers around it. That way you have complete control of the knife. Do this, you slip. Do this, you're gonna chop your finger off. So go all the way up, just like that, and hold the blade of the knife. I mean, the callus that you should be getting is right here on your index finger. You will. And then you've got two ends. Take this, hack, and turn, and that's it. And then pull the seed off. Keeping a seed in this doesn't keep it green. We all know that now, right? Everybody should now know the seed is not the reason why. It has nothing to do with it. What they did do was a really cool experiment. You can take these two, try it at home. I haven't tried it, but I did watch this video. This guy put avocado in a container with a whole bunch of different things to see what could prevent this from turning brown. And you know the one thing that prevented this from turning brown? Lemon juice, yeah, lemon juice was the best, but what was interesting was onion was almost just as good. A cut open onion next to it, it covered, like in a bowl with a little cut onion, it kept it just as green as the lemon did. And I don't know what it is, but I'm sure it's producing an acid that's inhibiting this acid, or this from turning then. So all I did was I just took my knife and I just made cuts right into it. And then you can take a spoon and spoon it out. So say you didn't want to use that right now, what you could do is you take saran wrap, and you don't do the lemon juice because the lemon juice will make it mushy. So if you're really desperate, you're not going to use it, just take saran wrap, and the main thing is that it touches all surfaces. So I just go all the way around, just like they do at sushi restaurants. Go all the way around, and then put it in your refrigerator, down, facing down. That way it's not exposed. Cucumber wasn't in your recipe, but I did add cucumber as well. So that is it for that. And then we just tossed everything together. I wouldn't toss everything until you're almost ready to serve it, just like the avocado too. And then, chili. I just really wanted to talk about this because, okay, so before we get into it, some of you have heard me talk about the evils of quinoa. Do we all know about the evils of quinoa yet? Okay, so for those who don't know about the evils of quinoa, unless it's fair trade, we're destroying a country's staple food. And the Bolivians this was their grain. These were the only people eating this. And then we, as a huge nation, decided, hey, we're gonna get on the quinoa craze. And we outpriced them. And they can't afford their own staple anymore because we are willing to pay anything for it. Let me introduce you to frique. It's freak with AY at the end. The first part of that word, freak, F-R-E-E-K, it's Arabic. It means to rub. It is a wheat that's green. It's a green wheat, so it's not fully grown yet. And it's still soft in the middle. It's kind of a milky, greenish, yellow color. And they take it, and then they roast it, and then they split it. They roast it, and they rub it so that that outside bran kind of falls off, and then you're left with that middle creamy inside portion. They roast it, and so it has that kind of toasty flavor to it. The amount of calories, less. Fat, less. Protein, more. Fiber, more. Carbs, less. In every shape and form compared to quinoa, it's better. Incredibly hard to find unless you're in a Persian market though. So I bought this one, and it says fire roasted baby wheat. So it just looks like that. There's different brands, obviously. I'll leave this up here so you guys can look at it, but it does have a nice nutty flavor to it, and it's not like wheat berries. You guys all know John Halsey, or John Does Talks. Well, he, for Christmas, decided he was gonna make a wheat berry salad, and he threw it out the window. He was so mad, because he said he cooked those wheat berries for hours, and they would just still hard. Well, that is what wheat berries are supposed to be like, and it's just that chewiness. And so this is similar to that, but it's not chewy because it was pulled when it was younger. So it just tastes a lot better. Chili is pretty simple. You're gonna add everything together. There's onion, garlic, and the fricassee. I'm gonna butcher it one of these days. Onion, garlic, and bell pepper. So for the bell pepper, what I usually do is, I already washed it, but I put the sticker on because I want you to remember, if you're ever washing produce that has stickers on it, take the sticker off, then wash it, because you're gonna hate yourself trying to take that sticker off after it's touched water. All right, so you're gonna go around it at an angle. So for something, I know that this kind of shapes down like that. So not to waste anything, I'm gonna kind of go in at an angle. And then I'm gonna cut around, just like that. So all I'm left with is that part. It's pretty good waste control. And then you can slice it or dice it, it's up to you. So to slice, I'm holding my blade, claw my fingers, and go in back and forth, and that's it. And then you can, when you scrape, use the back of your knife, not the front of your knife. Keep your blade sharper for longer. You're gonna add that onion. So for your onion, root, and then it grows out. So this is, which way did it grow? This way, I think, yeah. You're gonna cut through and then peel. If you cry from onions, I'll tell you a funny story. I had a Jewish kids group out right before Hanukkah, and they made latkes, donuts, like the classic menu, brisket, pulled brisket, like beef, and they were making latkes, and I thought, well, they're high schoolers, so I'm gonna make them grate their own onions. Oh my gosh, that was the worst idea in the world. I have never seen so many like eyes closed grating in my life, and it was like a horror story gone wrong. So, but yeah, if you cry from onions, put them in your refrigerator before you cut them. It'll stop the gases from really coming up at you. So I'm gonna cut off that end, and I'm gonna use the tip of my knife and go in, and then if you dare, go one more time through that portion, claw your hand together, and then push out. And then you've got a perfect dice then. And that's all that it is. Now for this recipe, you don't have to go as far as I did, but you can if you want. And that is, you can toast your spices. And what I do is this. So I'll toast more than I need, and then I'll hold it, and then I'll store it. So I had cumin seeds and coriander in a cold saute pan, just like that. Preferably non-stick. Can you see here? Can you see? Yeah? Okay. Yeah? Okay. And you're just gonna cook this until when you go down at an angle, you can start seeing it kind of, the smoke come up at you. And it'll start cracking too. And then all you're gonna do is you're gonna take it and you're gonna put it inside your good old coffee grinder. And I already had some in here earlier. So, and to clean it, handful of white rice. Just stick a handful of white rice in there, turn it on, it'll pick up all those different flavors and it'll clean it out, and then you don't have to touch water. You can go in a few more times with the rice. You just want something cheaper. The other thing that we added in here were black beans that I soaked. So those were not canned black beans. If you are in for does everybody know how to do a quick soak? Bring water to a boil, just pour it over the beans and let it sit covered for about an hour, and that's considered a quick soak. So that'll get your beans to almost the same consistency as if you were to let it sit overnight. Let me tell you though, if you use beans that you've only soaked in one set of water and you're not cooking your beans separately, they will make you a little bit more gassy than normal. Beans need to usually go through 2 different water changes when they're cooking to be tender in order to remove some of that like gas, the stuff that makes you gassy. So make sure that you do, if you do get bad reactions with beans, just change the water a few times. Tomatoes in this, we used diced and crushed, and you can add both of those. Oregano, paprika, and then the water or veggie stock if you want to. I wish I had it. I try to find it locally. I can find it, but it's only at Sprouts, and Sprouts isn't close enough. Nutritional yeast, if you've never had any before, is amazing. I am not I advocate eating this way a lot of the times. There are days when I can eat this way, and there are days when French fries really sound good. So I tell you to eat this way, but there are times when I don't even do it. And so nutritional yeast, when I was first told about it, was like, there is no way this stuff tastes good. And it looks weird, and it smells weird. It tastes like cheese, you guys. So if you've never had it before, try buying some. Sprouts is where they have it, or Whole Foods, Mother's. It's not something that you can find like at an Albertsons or Ralph's. And so it's really healthy, and it tastes like cheese. So if you need your cheese, use that. All right. And so you just add everything together and cook it. Last one, chia pudding. I just wanted you for, oh yeah.
What is it that tastes like cheese?
Nutritional yeast. Yeah. So it's a good substitute for vegans. It doesn't melt. It doesn't do anything but provide flavor that's similar to cheese. Texture, not even close. No. It's almost like little flakes of fish food. That's exactly what it looks like. You know, like the flaked fish food? It looks like that. But for some reason, it tastes like cheese. Like I do a raw spaghetti with spiral cucumbers or zucchini, and I make a raw tomato sauce, and I add the nutritional yeast into it, and it tastes like if I heated it up, it'd be a regular tomato sauce. And so it's got an interesting component. It has like a salt almost to it. It's just something funky about it that makes it taste like cheese. And so, yeah.
Is packaging just like a...
You know what? It Sprouts, yeah, it's in like the bins, in the bin section, like the bulk section, and it's just in a regular bag. It's not expensive, and it's pretty good. I would go to Sprouts for the best price for it. Yeah.
If you do this in a slow cooker, are you overcook it?
No. And the only reason why I say that is because it has that outer bit to it, and it's preventing it from overcooking then. So it's still got a little layer protecting it from overcooking.
You're doing this dry, right?
Yeah.
At least an hour?
I would say about an hour, yeah. And the longer it cooks, the better it tastes. It really is. It's one of those, I had this on the stove for 3 hours and 2 hours this morning, so it's been cooked for 5 hours. So it's, the longer it cooks, the better it tastes. And just in case you wanted to know how to make a chia pudding, because everybody loves their chia seeds now. Okay, again, chia seeds, be careful everybody, not too much. Especially if you've never had them in your diet before, be careful. So, coconut oil, we're just gonna melt down. Yeah, feel free to leave. I do not feel offended if anybody leaves. No problem. So, you're just gonna melt that down. And it's an orange color, so I used mangoes. You can use mangoes, you can use oranges. But what I really wanted to talk about in this recipe is the only sweetness was 1 table or a little bit of agave. I used half of that amount, so I used a smaller amount, the 2 teaspoons. It's mainly from the banana. So the banana really helps make that sweetness, and I just want you to realize how something can be sweetened with bananas as opposed to anything else. So that the blueberry part had a little bit of the agave because it can get kind of sour. And then the nuts, if you add nuts or other fruit for this, it'd be a great kind of breakfast too. So try that. It's pretty simple to make, but I want to open it up to questions if anybody has anything. Any questions? No? Come up and grab some more food if you want. If not, that's it. Yeah. No, go for it.
I have your recipes for baby food.
Yeah. I have a lot, yeah. Come on up if you want any more. Thank you. Wholesome choice.
Yeah, I live close to Sprouts.
Oh, yeah. So Sprouts will have the, definitely.
This one, I also live close to like International Persian.
They have it, yeah. I buy it, yeah. I live right next door too, that's why.
How do I